close series here, but it's really hard to predict a win for them. I don't think anybody really is expecting Liquid to come out on top, given the fact that they've already lost on today. Vitality, surely they're not going to go 0-2. There's just no way. Alpha has to be carrying this game. Well, he's already missed the target, actually, so not the best start for Alpha and Vitality. But let's see. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's something we've come to expect from EU Rocket League throughout the year, but not something we expect from Vitality. Oh, what a save, K-Dop, diving the way of Cuxter's shot, and Speed will get the second one in, sneaking it past a fast recovering Alpha 54. But wow, that was a great start already for this Team Liquid team, who they need to come hot out of the gate, Shogun, and they have.
Yeah, if they try and play this as a regular style game against Vitality, I don't think their defense will hold up. So if their entire strategy is just pure pace, let's see how little time we can spend on our side of the field. They can maybe avoid those questions being asked of them.
Yeah. They have to stay out of defense. I totally agree. There's just no way that Liquid will win this series if they're defending for the majority of it. They need to attack relentlessly. They need to just go for everything pretty much and hope for the best. And, you know, so far so good. But Vitality will make this difficult for them. That's an inevitability. And that's a misread off the backboard by Speed. It was a tough one, but still something that he has to be punished. Well, Alpha's pre-jump for this. He's going for the double touch. Good defense by Speed, noticing that the backboard was an option for Alpha 54.
Yeah, and that is something that Liquid need to avoid in the future. One mistake that left the entire midfield open to Vitality, who got to essentially pick their players. I think it almost managed to rip our crossbar apart with how much power was on that shot. Looks for the drop down. Here he is, Alpha. And he's not going to miss again. Right into the top corner.
That's just speed, pure speed from Vitality and from Alpha. But look at that pass. So sneaky by K-Dop, a player who's so famous for hitting top corner shots from that kind of range. Recently, I've been seeing a lot more often. He'll just, instead of shooting, he'll make it look like he's shooting and then just drop a pass right over his shoulder. Because he knows Alpha 54 is going to be there, or Fairy Peak's going to be there. They've got that synergy locked in. Good defense from Alpha, catching that backboard clear from Liquid. But yeah, Vitality are so scary in offense. I really don't think Liquid can handle them. And you'd expect Vitality to be able to handle Liquid for the most part. So it's really up to Liquid to prove us wrong, to step up and show us something that we haven't really seen from them this year up until now.
So, 2 minutes down, 1 goal each. That's a pass over the kid. What a lovely, it's again so sneaky. Vitality just, they don't settle into a rhythm with their offense. They're very happy to play each situation like they need to. Keep putting players into wherever the gaps are for Team Liquid. Here is Fruity on the ball, takes one tab around K-Dop off the crossbar. Fairy Peak didn't jump, Alpha did. And it was the jump that managed to at least make the shot a little bit more scuffed as in comes Speed. They need to make sure that these are directly to each player. Cooks here, goes for a second try. It is well covered from Vitality.
I'm loving this new version of K-Dop, the assist version of K-Dop. He's been the goal scorer for the majority of his immensely successful Rocket League career, but now noticing that maybe his team and Alpha 54 in particular are going to be more successful if he can play that assist role. He can play that playmaker role, and no better player to do it because everybody thinks K-Dop's going to be shooting. And every time he touches the ball, you're just expecting a shot. So these passes are very, very impressive. And they're very likely to work. Interesting game that we've got here as well, just ricocheting around and coming off posting crossbars, but no team really looking likely to score.
Yeah, no, this has just become like a test of sorts to see who can hit the ball harder. Just keep putting it almost directly at the player, just as far above them as they possibly can. Just going, all right, aerial for it, mate. See what touch you can get. We'll respond to it and whatever afterwards. It's been very interesting so far because just hit it as hard as you can. Try not to hit the ceiling with it. And then they're going to try and figure out what to do afterwards. Here comes Speed. 0 boost for him, but the entire Vitality doesn't know that. He's trying to dance around them. Fairy Peak eventually able to respond, but Speed did a phenomenal job of disguising the boost efficiency.
Yeah, it was a very convincing wiggle. You know, some players try to make that play, the little wiggle behind the ball to get the mind game going. And it's just not convincing at all. But Speed is, I'd say, is a very believable wiggler. When you see him wiggle behind the ball, you're like, "Ooh, is that a shot? Is he shooting that ball?" You're never really sure. Tricky customer. Vitality really have to be just looking out for any times that Speed or Cuxter are near the ball in defense. I think that's when Liquid are under threat. Oh wow, that's just bounced on target actually. And there's no way to clear it. Fairy Peak puts it in. Bit unlucky for Liquid because they did get a touch on this as the shot came in, but it has gone straight into Alpha, who dunks it onto the goal line.
K-Dop's pass, again, is just directly where Liquid can't respond to it. I think that's the nice part as well, of that if they do switch it over, you would have to say that Alpha's range that he's able to work with in terms of passes is going to be much larger than what K-Dop is capable of in terms of recovering the ball mid-air. So it's a nice adaptation that they've made, and Alpha has proven it so far. It has been K-Dop putting it wherever he feels like any Liquid player isn't, and Alpha just makes it work.
Yeah, Alpha, when he's playing at his best, he's easily in contention for best player in the world, best player in this region. Obviously, we haven't seen any international competition for a while now, but I don't think anybody's doubting that Alpha is still at that level. No matter how impressive your Space Station Gamings and the like are looking on the other side of the pond. But Liquid, the dream start here. They had the 1-goal advantage. Can they come back in this game? Pre-jump save for K-Dop will make things a bit harder for them. But yeah, overall, Liquid they didn't have enough threats. They didn't have difficult enough questions to ask of Vitality's defense to have kept them under wraps for the majority of the time here. We had one good wiggle from Speed, but outside of that, it was pretty quiet second half of the game.
Yeah, I think the main thing Liquid can take from this game is that, yes, Vitality can respond to the long clear. They are very comfortable with that. But I think for a lot of Liquid fans, especially, they'll be looking at these results lately against a team like Vitality and saying, okay, well, at least we're holding up serve with them. We're not, struggling like we were earlier on this season. But Johnny, do you know who I feel most sorry for it right now? I just had the realization of this, I feel most sorry for the team that drops down 0-2, thinks, okay, well, at least we're going to get the easier match. And then you look at your next match and you see either Renault Vitality or Team Liquid.
True, very true. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, when teams get upset in these Swiss formats, they're not only making their own jobs harder, they're also making it harder for the teams that they might run into later on. Crazy to think that Guild might be that team. We've got Guild versus Solary, another 0-1 match, which is not something that you would expect. That's two, they would have been RLCS Season 10 players if the format had stayed the same from Season 9. It didn't, so we've got a lot of up-and-coming teams threatening them and trying to starve them for those positions. Yeah, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from Vitality so far. No idea how they managed to lose the first series of the day if they're playing this cleanly. Especially, getting Alpha involved, letting him do his thing. He has been recently so successful in this Vitality team. Look at how willing Alpha is to pre-jump, by the way. Any opportunity he's got to pre-jump, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go for it. We've had so much success with my pre-jumps recently. That looks good enough for me.
It just shows the excessive amount of trust that he has in his teammates, that no matter what happens, they can respond to it. Gonna drop down. Fairy Pete comes in. Can't get there before Fruity. You did mention the Guild Solary game. That is currently happening over on our B stream, twitch.tv/eLeagueTV. Currently 1-up for Solary, 1-1 in game number 2. So if you haven't got enough Rocket League in your life, be sure to open up both streams and check out that. Yeah, very much a likely case of one of those teams could very well be playing the loser of this. K-Dop, good first touch. Cooks here, can't take him out, wants to go the entire way. But just plays like that continue to make life difficult for Team Liquid. K-Dop has had a very good first touch so far, and Liquid haven't been able to figure him out.
Really good defense from Fruity again, though. He's the rock for this Liquid lineup, making some great decisions in defense there. Just pulling keep away from Vitality, who are collecting interception after interception on these soft clears. Speed there, just not able to get anybody out of the game. As they're just under more and more pressure every time that they try. Diagonal wall, rebound attempted by Alpha. He was close, but no cigar this time for Alpha 54.
Half the game gone. Alpha and K-Dop on the charge. Speed did not want to be reactionary to that. Instead, decided to just launch straight at it. As that is top corner. Fairy Peak unleashes the rocket.
What an absolute laser by Fairy. The unsung hero in that play, though, was Fairy avoiding the demo attempt from Fruity around about the halfway line. Fruity was on the recovery from the offensive half, drove right by Fairy Peak, who knew he was there and just hit the brakes very quickly before hitting massive acceleration. Oh, big double! And it's off the bar and out, but it's Cuxter there for the rebound. what happened in Vitality's defense, though? Very big, with a total whiff on the ball, and that is not forgivable. I think K-Dot might have been blocked on the on his takeoff as well, so good response from Liquid, but after huge goal at one end, Very Peaks dropped the ball at the other.
Straight back onto it. Fury doesn't have any options, instead goes backboard, wants to see if K-Dot can get a good touch, and K-Dot, as always, his touches are usually followed up by Alpha. As Cooks here decides, I don't like this teamwork stuff. Let's just hit this one really hard and see if we can get the team a little bit more possession, a little bit more territory. Good pass again. Vitality finding each other every single time. Off the backboard, there's going to be no fourth touch. Vitality transitions, utilizing each other every single time. And so far, that midfield has been reasonably unchallenged by Team Liquid. They've been sort of forced just to give up on it. And the moment we see a Vitality player touch it, go back to their own final third.
Yeah, K-Dot once again picking out that pass beautifully. I'm loving the assist K-Dot, but oh, what a shot that is! It's just out off the bar, surely! No, there's no third man coming in. Oh, there he is! Cuxter's broken rotation, and he's broken Vitality's defensive line. This ball was just ricocheting around on the goal line. And finally, Liquid get that force on the issue.
Saw it from Fairy's POV for a second. He jumped because he was looking at the ball and was just hoping that the shot was going to come in before he was forced back down by gravity. And unfortunately, Cooks here was not getting there quick enough for it. So there we go, 2-1, a role reversal from the previous game. And Liquid just got to hold on to this now for 90 more seconds. Alpha outpaces, got the setup! Oh my word! What? That's got to be a record! There's no way!
Blink and you'll miss it. Very picking Alpha with the unbelievable pinch goal. It didn't matter. I'm pretty sure that the shot would have been good enough as is, but why not team pinch it in? And possibly the record pace for Rocket League. I don't know if we've ever seen a shot that fast in competition before. That just disappeared. They just deleted the ball. They're like, yeah, we don't need this. Just let's get rid of the ball.
I appreciate the replay's attempt at slowing that down. It was fruitless. But a good goal was given. They've gone for another one. Oh, dearie me. Renault Vitality just ripping the game physics apart.
My goodness.
Well, it's 2-2. We've had to go and get ourselves another ball.
Yeah, it's like that one moment in tennis where, you know, they just get the new balls out on the court, and somebody just hits the serve so fast, like, actually, we need to get rid of this one already. It's done after one hit. Yeah, that's basically what happened right there. And that might be the record. Somebody go find out for us real quick what the shot record is for RLCS competition. I'd be very surprised if anybody's gone faster than that. I mean, how do you go faster than that? You have to. It has to be a pinch.
Third player.
Third player to pinch it. I mean, without Mutator settings, I don't see it happening. We might go to overtime here. I was going to mention this is just another nightmare situation for Liquid fans. I feel like if you're a fan of this team, you don't even have a seat to sit on the edge of, because if any Liquid fans are watching this sitting down, they're probably just jumped out of their seat 10 times, 20 times this game. Like, Liquid they don't know how to win a series easily. Alpha 54, look at the outplay, huge defense by Speed. Have they got the follow-up? Yes, they do. Cuxer pre-jumps.
Off the wall, Alpha, he's got K-Dot midfield, gets the flip reset, Fruity tries to move in, and Fruity is there just about quick enough. Renault Vitality are mauling them in this overtime. And Team Liquid might have just finally cleared their line. Back to the midfield. It's a poor touch from Fairy Peak, but he can recover it. In comes Cooks here, and Fairy Peak bails himself out. 40 seconds gone, and this overtime is going at rapid pace, and it's another huge save. Alpha keeps it going.
What a game. This is unbelievable. Fast-paced Rocket League. Team Liquid are rising to the occasion, but Vitality are still there. They're still looking like the favorites here. Oh, Fruity's missed that pre-jump by a mile. Doesn't get the read right. Let's see if either of these teams have any intentions of slowing down. It doesn't look likely. Cuxter to Speed. Now K-Dop's in an awkward position. Cuxter's there once again. The poaching instinct kicks in for the Italian Stallion.
And Cux's goals very much looking the same every single time. But he's got another one, and it is the most important one. This series up to 1 each. And Johnny, I've never been so happy to say that, because if a series that is being played like this was done in 3, it would have been an absolute travesty.
What a game, and what a team, man. Team Liquid, what is it about this team? It's the best and the worst team to be a fan of at the same time, because you're almost guaranteed to get the most exciting series when they're on the pitch, but it's never easy. You know, the Team Liquid fans, they don't have time to breathe. Every time that you're watching this team play, you're just like, oh, come on, can you not just win a game 2-0 and not really be under threat at any moment? That's not how this team operate. They only know how to struggle. They only know how to just battle their way through a game. But that's just unreal. I think RLCS record for fastest goal of all time. If it isn't, then I can't wait to see the faster one, because I don't remember it.
Yeah, Team Liquid very much. You get fans for any sport, any esport, always turn around and just go, oh, it's always our team, isn't it?
It actually is,
though. But I feel like if Renault Vitality went for that shot against any other team, say Oxygen were against them right now, I don't think that pin shot goes in. I think it hits the crossbar or something.
Yeah, true. Liquid are just like, of course that happens when we're up against Vitality, as if things aren't difficult enough. And, you know, you're thinking to the second goal they scored as well, where they had to hit the bar 4 times before they eventually get the ball into the net. That's just another Team Liquidism. You're like, yep, of course it would have to go off the bar 4 times before we score. It's never easy for Team Liquid, but they've managed to equalize. They've done it. They've got Vitality on the ropes. Let's see if they can keep it that way. Cuxer, unable to get the ball past Alpha with an awkward touch. It looks like we do have some time to breathe, finally. These teams have slowed down a little bit after just an enthralling overtime in game 2.
And if we do have a time to breathe, I do want to very quickly, tip my hat over to Cooks here, who has been outstanding so far this series. Can sometimes be claimed to be a little bit too passive with his play, but he's been happy to break rotation so far to go and find that final goal-scoring touch. And it's been much needed, because those goals have not been coming easy.
Yeah, nothing's easy for Liquid, but when you've got so much experience playing with hard mode, essentially, I'm pretty sure that it is always just hard mode when Team Liquid are playing, and they're very used to this. And now Vitality have to play hard mode stage 2. They're already 1 series lost on the day. This is unfamiliar territory for them. Maybe that's something Liquid could capitalize on. Big chance for Speed, but I think the second touch there let him down. He had no angle to work with when he played that one straight forward at the goalkeeper.
Oh, Speed pulled in. Provider of a phenomenal save against Alpha one-on-one in the last overtime. So it's equal credit for getting them through it. This has been a very even series so far, despite some of the calamities that, well, for once, Liquid haven't caused themselves. Speed can't quite get to the ball. Fruity decides to keep going. Looks it backs down. Looks it just keeps dropping the pace of the field every time that ball hits the midfield. It's been very much needed. Fruity and Speed on occasion have got themselves stuck in the opponent's corner, but that time he's buying has helped out. Here is Kade up. Can't get the ball past Cooks here. 2 elder statesmen of these teams. Speed now moving in. Doesn't see Fruity as a passing option. Instead, he wants to go the entire way by himself. Was on 0 boost, but as we saw in game 1, 0 boost doesn't tend to mean much of anything to Speed.
Yeah, these guys know how to get going, even if they are boost starved. I mean, wave dashes have really revolutionized playing with no boost at a professional level. Okay, I'll look for a knock on into the corner. Very not able to hit the best clear there. He wanted to hit that one just underneath the ceiling, but he hit it pretty much straight up into it. Now Alpha's got a chance. He's put it wide. Speed was there watching it do so, though. If that was on target, you could bet Speed would have done something about it.
I'm not sure. Speed was creeping. He was in the right spot.
I'm trying to give them some credit, Shogun. Trying to give Speed some defensive props. I know they're few
Look, his defensive props all come down to that save against Alpha in the last game. That was outstanding, and he might very well be called into question here as shot not quite on target. Back into the midfield. Fruity can't get the ball past Fairy Peak, who adapts midair. Just back and forth here. Really is anybody's game, anybody's series. Speed hits that with so much power. Now looking for the drop. In comes Cooks here, and it's missed off target. And here we go on the breakaway. Speed against Alpha one more time. It might be a 2v1. And Speed's kept him out again.
Speed. second time. That's unbelievable shadow defense against Alpha, who is a renowned ones player, a renowned twos player. I mean, in the dribbles, you would put your money on Alpha to score, but twice Speed saved and once more Speed with an unreal save on Alpha's shot. You know, there's your defensive prop, Speed. He is really stepping up here, making some clutch plays.
And now he might come in on the offense. Out boost now on the backboard, but 2 players win for Renault Vitality.
Oh!
It's Brutis to keep going. There's more players gone. They won't get an opportunity like this. Fairy Peak by himself. In comes K-Dot for the save. They gave them too much time to recover. Still 0-0. 40 seconds left here, but Renault Vitality's rotation looks like it's been broken. It's not helped by that demo. Speed could not find the second touch on Alpha. Over to the side. 30 seconds now. Cleared by Fairy. They can't outpace Team Liquid. They've got the momentum on their side. Now they just need the goal. As it drops, Speed goes up and now gets the ball to drop down to the side wall. Renault Vitality seems to be recovering here, and that is a very poor touch from Cooks here as they look for top corner. Fruity keeps it away.
Oh man, how on earth are these two teams both 0-1 in the day? This is like a grand final. We're only in stage 2 of the Swiss bracket, the top 16, round 2. Crazy stuff from Team Liquid and Vitality. I mean, why can't Liquid play like this every week, you're wondering? I mean, we've got a long season ahead of us. Hopefully, they can figure out how to show up like this every single time.
That is going to skim all the way over the top. Nothing there available for Renault Vitality. Speed with a huge challenge win against Alpha. And Alpha, you know, he has been getting involved an awful lot, but it feels like every time he's got anything going, it's Speed to stop him. Off the wall, here is Alpha's chance. Looks for K-Dot. Renault Vitality is zeroing in on these passing plays.
Oh!
Barry, that's a huge play pass one. And he's got the 100 boost. This is a tough spot right now for Team Liquid. As the shot comes in, Cooks there keeps it out. Follow up on the crossbar. Barry to win it. And he has done so. It is a war here in RLCS Stage 2. And neither team wants to drop down to that dreaded 0-2 scoreline.
Wow. Wow, I mean, it really does go back to that Fairy Peak mind game, doesn't it? That was the moment where suddenly Liquid are playing catch-up. One player just flops past the ball. Fairy Peak manages to take a good 50-50 with another one. And, you know, when you lose those minute battles against Vitality, it can add up. And suddenly the pressure will mount to something you can't handle. One shot will come in and you've ran out of players to defend with. But credit to Vitality. That was a huge play by Fairy Peak to swing the pendulum in their favor. And the pendulum of the series is really strongly swung in their favor. That's the perfect response after a loss in a second game, which really was. You know, if Liquid back up that game 2 win with another one, you'd really expect them to take the series, even against Vitality, because, you know, the hype is just going to be unbelievable on their side. But now Vitality have got the edge. Liquid, despite all their great plays, despite looking like one of the top teams in the region, once again, they are staring down the barrel at a 0-2 series score after just 2 rounds off Swiss.
And you start to just wonder how that's even happened. I mean, both teams have been phenomenal this series. Vitality are connecting on all the passing plays. Liquid are looking lethal on offense when they get their chances. How on earth is one of these teams going to be in that do or die situation where they've got to reverse sweep that bracket? As up they go, come K-Dot, double taps off the post. Fairy will score yet again, but K-Dot decides to show off that he can pass in more than one way.
Oh my goodness, K-Dot up so early to receive that ball and drops it down. Wide open net for Fairy again. That's the second time in the last 2 goals that Liquid have just ran out of defenders. It's these little 1v2 outplays that Vitality keep making. If they can, you know, get 2 players out of the game with just the 1 player of theirs making it happen, and they've always got the follow-up. They're not holding anybody back. They're getting all 3 players involved in every offensive play, and you'll love to see it. But Liquid are making Vitality do that. I mean, at this point, Vitality know it. Oh, what shot? Suddenly they're back in it. I really did not expect a goal to be happening here, as you might have realized by my tone at the moment. But Cuxter surprises Fairy Peak here, who really, I did not expect him to be caught boost-starved in that position.
I thought Fairy looks to me like he thought someone else was in the rotation to take over for him.
Yeah.
It was very, very strange. A quick update for you all, by the way, as this is now the only remaining Stage 2 match to go. Guild Esports swept 3-0
wow.
against Solary.
Oh,
So
dear.
their struggles continue. They managed to make it through to the regional top 8 last time, but right now that's now very much questionable.
Yeah, speaking of questionable, I think after that last goal, Fairy Peak should probably change the exclamation mark at the end of his name to a question mark, because, I mean, as far as defensive plays go, that was the worst I've seen from him. What a goal, though. Assist from Speed couldn't have been any better. Liquid have, I think, got the easiest possible way to respond to a Vitality lead. I was worried for them when Vitality went ahead here, but yeah, they've managed to catch Vitality sleeping 2 times. Great assist there by Speed.
And Fruity finally on the scoreboard. He has been waiting for that chance for quite some time. Full credit, it has been just such smooth offense from Liquid ever since they went a goal down. Here is K-Dop. Has got Alpha to his right. These two always seem to be connecting. Fairy Peak waiting for his chance. Has been a case of Alpha and K-Dop pass to each other. One of them shoots, doesn't go in, but then Fairy Peak's there, and they're all happy afterwards.
Yeah, Fairy Peak is gonna try and repunctuate his name, if that's even a word. I like to think that it is.
Is the middle ground just a full stop?
Yeah, I think that's where he's at now. He's just Fairy Peak with a full stop at the end of his name. Yeah, it hasn't really shown up. Well, obviously, I think they were double exclamation mark when they scored that pinch goal. That was a real exclamation in game 2. But yeah, at the moment it's not quite there. Fairy Peak is slightly off his game. Vitality quieting down a bit, especially given the level they've been playing at in this series, the speed they've been playing at in this series. But Team Liquid will take it. You know, they need all the help they can get. It's always, like we said, hard mode Rocket League for them. They don't know how to play easy mode, but luckily Vitality have shown them the way. They're like, hey, just take a goal. You know, you guys, you've earned it today. Here's a free one on us. And now it's up to Liquid to just keep up this stellar defense. I mean, how easy would it have been to imagine a world where Alpha just scores both those dribble goals against Speed? I mean, if that had happened, if Alpha dribbled Speed twice and Vitality just won this series 3-0, I don't think anybody would be surprised. We'd be like, well, yeah, of course, that happens all the time. But no, Speed was able to clutch both those defensive plays, and overall Liquid have, you know, compared to what we're used to seeing from them, they've defended brilliantly. Although there have been a few mistakes. I mean, that's just inevitable when you play against Vitality. They're so hard to defend against.
Well, that is one of the things that these players always get annoyed about, is that they do tend to get stuck with these reputations and struggle to shake them. I think a performance like this goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Shaking away that reputation that Liquid have got, but they've got to try and see this one out now. He's off the backboard.
Oh.
Liquid just seem like they are completely starved of not only ideas, but completely of boost. Everyone is so low. Fruity called into action to try and buy his team a bit of time, and they have managed to pick up a couple of 100s. Off the backboard, Alpha looks to stretch open, and Cooks there
Man.
just launches, but still, Renault Vitality are all over them. Here comes Alpha.
Oh.
Great block.
Yeah, great speed there by Cox. He knew he needed to get to that ball as quickly as possible. Where he hits it isn't really the problem. He just needs to make some kind of contact at the same time as the Vitality attacker. But there's just no composure from Cox in defense. He is just hitting the ball away every single time. I'd love to see a dribble out of defense from him. So Liquid are under pressure here. They need a 50-50 or something to buy themselves some breathing room.
Cox there. This is what you wanted from him. He tries to take a few touches, and he gets the block. There's a few crucial seconds off this clock. K-Dot past one. Cooks there has gone for the 180 turn.
Well played.
Can be very risky because it kills so much momentum off your car. As Alpha, oh my goodness, there's no way. He set it up for Ferry! And it's the same old story. Liquid get the challenge, but they've got no one left to answer Ferry's open shot.
Oh man, Fruity just flying into the play here. I don't know why he was airborne for that one. I mean, well, obviously he thinks maybe Alpha's going to play for a continued ceiling shot or maybe an air dribble, some kind of flip reset. But Alpha has been dribbling so much today. I think Fruity really should have seen that coming. As Alpha, he's quite well known for starting in the ceiling and then getting underneath the ball again on the ground. Now here come Liquid. They're trying to go for the immediate response once again. Speed's got an open shot. Oh, it's off the post. Fruity going to wrap around, but I think Liquid's best chance is past him.
Yeah, Speed just asked a bit too much for himself on the shot. And for Liquid fans, 2-1 in regulation. I'm sorry, but even saying it aloud sounds a bit too easy, really, doesn't it? 2-2, overtime now. And this is to go over to game number 5 and avoid that 0-2. Fruity shot, not good enough. But 2 players now moved. Boost secured for speed. He's got an option. He tries to go by himself. Everybody jumps. Everybody misses. Fruity keeps the pressure on. I don't know what the boost looks like for Renault Vitality. As that's going to start sneaking towards the next, and Cooks here keeps it away.
Oh, what a disappointing result. Fruity is not able to pass the ball or shoot in that play. Couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do. Overall, got to give props to Cuxter with a sick pass in field and speed as well, with a massive mind game, letting the ball bounce across the goal line. Will Team Liquid be able to clutch another overtime?
Drop down, speed prioritizes the boost. He didn't get it. It's a long clear, fairy peak. Wants to try and test Fruity, who is now on 0 boost himself. Drops to the middle for Alpha, and Speed will keep it out yet again. Alpha could have maybe tripled up his goal tally if Speed wasn't on the field this series. He is going to go up here one more time. Ceiling reset. Gets the shot. It's on target. But, well, there was one name he didn't want to see, and that was Speed.
Alpha's nemesis this game and this series. Speed is just always there to deny him the plays. I mean, when Alpha had backup earlier on, Vitality were able to get the goal, even against Speed's defense. Here he comes again. This time he's 1v1 of Fruity. He's going to take it to the corner. That's a smart center ball by Alpha. Notice how that dangerously bounces off the corner wall, off the curved wall, and way out into the middle. Now Vitality have got follow-ups. Composure once again, though, by Speed. He's having a great series here.
And Speed's sort of been caught in a lot here because Vitality's Cooks it and Fruity are looking a little out of sorts. A couple of mistakes from them on the backboard. Speed clears. It's time to make the rotation about him. Very much might need that right now as it drops down. This is going to be a good chance. Speed backs out. Doesn't want to overcommit. Drops to the midfield. It's well read by K-Dop. Keeps it out. Fruity for the backboard. That should be read every day by Renault Vitality. It's just a case of whether or not the mistake is there. Not only is it not there, the shot on the follow-up for K-Dop almost dropped on him. End to end in game number 4.
Yeah, this is game 2 vibes, Shogun. Team Liquid have managed to take an OT win already this series. Speed shot ricochets into the bar off an orange car. Vitality don't have a lot of boost to play with here. And that's a very good pass. Cuxter's first to it. Now that's 2 out of the game. Very peak and K-Dopper just flopping onto the floor here. Can Vitality start get there? Yes, he will. Fairy Peak with a great recovery. Team Liquid playing patiently. They're not pressing too far here. They're just waiting for a clear-cut chance.
K-Dop booming clear to the other side. Cuxter chooses the catch. There wasn't an option there for the half volley. And Speed will just try and buy his team a bit of time. I think that would have been a panic moment.
Yeah.
Saw 2 players ahead of him, but neither wanted to commit.
Yeah, Speed definitely thought a Vitality player would be on him much faster than they were, so he had a bit more time than he expected. Overall, I like the composure from Cux and defense that we're seeing in this overtime. It would be, of course, like Cux to just step it up when OT hits, when the pressure rises. He knows how to play with his back against the wall. Liquid, so far, boxing Vitality into their end for the most part. Vitality are looking for that counter-attack, but they're not going to get it with defense like this. Liquid knocking at the door, 2v1 now. Fairy Peak and Alpha looking for the down-the-middle play. Great recovery by Cux. That is the kind of patience you need from your third man. Suddenly, Cuxter's shot launches long. Alpha's respawned and gets the save. And here come Liquid again. They just keep lobbing the ball out into the middle. And now Speed is on the back wall. Downward pass to Cuxter. Oh my goodness. What an assist by Speed. Cuxter snipes the top corner. And we're going to game 5.
I don't think it's possible to overstate just how good Speed has been in these games. He goes from 1v2, perfectly positions himself to keep the quick play happening for Renault Vitality. It gives his team time to get back, nab the demo, transition to the other side, and then he offers up a peach of a set. We are heading to game 5, and Johnny boy, I could not be happier about it. Wow.
Wow is right. I don't think there's any better way to describe this game in one word. Or this series in one word even. This all started off with an unreal assist from K-Dop. But then I think Vitality got a bit too comfortable. It felt too normal for them. They're like, yeah, we had a bit of a rough middle of this series, but now it's going in our favor. Liquid scored 2 goals. But Vitality sent it into overtime. I think they were maybe just waiting for Team Liquid to make a mistake. And based on what we saw from Liquid in regulation time, I don't think that's a bad strategy for Vitality because Liquid were giving the ball away a little bit with their soft clears. They were panicking in defense quite often. They were definitely clutching saves in defense. I think, you know, when Liquid are putting themselves in difficult positions, they're getting themselves out of it with some brilliant mechanical plays and reads. But Vitality didn't get a big mistake from Liquid to capitalize on. And they're in a game 5. Once again, this is exactly what happened in stage 1 when these two teams played. Vitality took the W there. They're looking to replicate. One of these teams, remember, about to be 0-2 on stage 2. And if Vitality goes 0-2, that would be, I think, the biggest upset, the biggest surprise that we've seen in RLCS Season X to date.
Oh, it's going to be Alpha against Speed, and he's kicked him out yet again. So we're continuing with where we were in game number 4. Alpha has just been highlight reel play after highlight reel play, but he's just got the biggest of all nemesis in the form of Speed.
I don't know how Speed keeps pulling these saves out of the bag. Alpha just can't get past him. And like I said earlier, it's so common for us to just see Alpha score all of these goals, not some of them, all of them. We're used to Alpha just putting every single one of these opportunities into the back of the net, a Vitality having a routine win. But now Speed just has his number. Every single time he's getting the saves. And, you know, if he's got any kind of support from his team in the follow-up, they're getting the ball away from danger as well.
Over to Fairy Peak. Can't get there before Fruity. This is game 5, but it's good to remember, whichever team loses this has got to go to round 5, at least, just to qualify for tomorrow's playoffs. And then again, our apologies to whichever poor team has got to run into one of these.
Yeah, true.
They are both playing outstanding right now. Here comes Alpha, shut down by Cux here. Fruity is actually able to outpace Fairy Peak, but the recovery is quicker on the Frenchman. This is good pressure being put on right now. Speed cannot get over the ball enough. It's on target!
Oh.
And Alpha has got first blood.
Yeah, finally Alpha didn't have to get the ball past Speed. He looks up, sees Fruity's nameplate. He thinks, yep, that's fine. No speed in defense. Let's just put that ball in. 1-0. And yeah, it's like man marking almost. Whenever Alpha manages to lose his man, whenever he gets away from Speed, he's right back to scoring duty. And this is good news for all the teams at 0-2. I bet if they got to choose who they're going to play between Team Liquid and Vitality, they'd all pick Team Liquid. Because no matter how close this series is, no matter how well Team Liquid play, they're the team who are more likely to doubt themselves, being able to go 3 series in a row to qualify for the top 8 in EU. Vitality, I mean, if they have to do that, they'll just like business as usual. Happens. We're 0-2. Let's just go win 3 in a row. And I really feel sorry for any team that has to play against them should they lose this series.
So, half the game almost done. Fruity looks to try and make amends. That's going to be a shootable opportunity for his team. In comes Cooks there. I think he managed to overplay that, or he just couldn't get over the ball enough. But Vitality will not leave their backboard open for 2 touches. You've got to try and take that the first chance you get. One player down. Here comes Alpha. And he can't get it past Speed. I think he was trying to set Fruity up for the block shot, and Speed just said, well, no, actually, your opponent is me today. Speed is literally just hitting Fruity out of the way. He wants all of this play, and why not? He is red hot right now.
Unbelievable. I mean, these air dribbles from Alpha by themselves are hard enough to save, but the fact that he's trying to dunk the ball in after the air dribble makes it even more crazy. The Speed is saving every single one of them. Still, though, Liquid trail by 1 goal. They've not had many chances to take shots at the Vitality goal. And when they get the ball into the Vitality end, they look like they're going to score. That's a good shot by Cuxer, but it's going to be saved. I think 99 times out of 100, maybe even more than that by K-Dub.
Yeah, but it does get them good pressure. Fruity just drifts on past the ball. Alpha is downfield, and the pass was just too heavy for him. But Liquid cannot afford for offensive whiffs like that from Fruity. They've got to be so clean right now. No more mistakes allowed. Up to the corner. Speed takes his time, waits for his chance. He's got 1 player. He's got 2 players. K-Dub's already up, though. I don't think Liquid are expecting Speed to win 2 challenges that time around. Now pass over to the middle. Here is Speed, and he went for the backboard. I think that midfield passing play has got to go straight for net.
Yeah, they just need some kind of inspiration here. It's been a defensive masterclass from Speed in this series, but all of Liquid have looked dangerous in offense. Any one of them at any moment could make a huge play. Now, where's Fruity going to hit this? It's a pass to Cuxer! And there is exactly what we're looking for. Fruity with the perfect touch on the ball. 1-2 passing play from the players whose names are not Speed, showing that this is more than a one-man team.
You just saw Alpha. He went for the pre-jump. He was banking on Fruity, going straight for net, and it's a deft touch over to the Italian.
Beautiful.
1 each. This series continues to impress. It's not a good play from Fruity. It's going to be charged down. Speed already up. Alpha just gives up entirely.
It's fine. Speed's in defense. It's
yeah,
fine.
no, it's all good.
Oh, never mind. He's hit a bad shot. No, not a problem. You know, I saw Cuxter and Fruity at the game there. Not a worry in the world. Speed's got Alpha on lockdown.
Oh, I'm now scared. Speed is in the orange side of the field.
Uh-oh.
That's the danger zone, and it might very well be. Oh, dearie me, I didn't want to be too right there as Alpha goes for the double tap. It's too high up.
Speed just looked at him. Speed just looked at Alpha. He says, yeah, you're missing, bro. You're not
aura.
scoring that.
I didn't know Psyonix had started releasing auras for the cars.
Hold on.
But I tell you what, you can see Speed so far. Cookstead gets a decent challenge for his team. Follow-up is from Speed, clatters through it. It up comes in. Maybe one opportunity here for Team Liquid. It bounces out, not where Fruity wants it. Alpha against Speed one more time, and Speed just allowed it to happen. He knew Fruity had him behind. That's not anyone on the back foot. It's Cookstead. We have an overtime.
Liquid trying to win 3 overtimes against Vitality in one series. Surely it can't end like this for Vitality. You have to think that they're the favorites here. They always come out clutch in these positions. But if Liquid could get the ball into offense, I'm a believer. That's all they need. They look dangerous every time that the ball's in the orange half. Oh, Cuxter's own gold! Oh my goodness, it's the most Liquid way to lose. I think Fruity had this. I'm pretty sure that he would, on a Speed rather. Yeah, he had that save. He definitely would have saved this, and Cuxter's put it past him. Wow.
What?
You have to feel for Liquid. There's no time to really think in that position. Cuxter has to make just a complete reflex read there. He's playing off intuition, and he thinks he can knock it into the corner. He thinks wrong. Unfortunately, Liquid are their own worst enemies. Once again, I actually do not believe that this is how they lose every single time.
I'm so glad you're talking right now, Johnny, because I'm speechless. Oh my word. That was the most eventful series I have seen in quite some time. And I can't tell if that is the finish that this series deserved or if it was the worst possible end to this we could have seen. Oh, yeah, no, please.
For anybody who's new to Team Liquid, this is, I mean, it's a horrible way for them to lose, but this is the perfect introduction to Team Liquid and what you're going to have to go through if you're a fan of this team. If you like the way they play, if you like their players, if you like the Batmobile, then just be aware, you know, there's some warnings on the back of the box here. There's some, you know, side effects that come with being a Liquid fan, such as they might just completely throw an overtime. They might own goal at a key moment. Like, these are just some of the many warnings on the back of the Liquid box here that you have to be aware of.
Adding, whenever you do like health insurance or something like that, they're just going to say, okay, any medical history. Also, who's your Rocket League team? If it's Team Liquid, that insurance is about to really bump up, as it very well should do. My goodness. Well, they've not got too long to respond either. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, it's round 3. Renault Vitality to 1-1. Team Liquid have got to win 3 series in a row.